Grand evening. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the psychic astrologer. My website is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. The weekly overview: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, from April the 3rd to the 10th, 2025. This is a collective reading, so take what you need and leave the rest. Let's talk about your career choices and employment choices. Gemini, your solar sun is in the 11th house. The 11th house is Aquarius, another fellow air sign. The house of hopes, wishes, friendships, groups, organization, humanitarian efforts, and new technology. The ruling planet is Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. So some of you might look at a career that has something to do with your voice. Social media, public speaking, life coach, motivated speaker. Something to do with communication has to do with your voice, finances, a new career aspect in finances. If you work in finances, some of you are going to get a promotion and some of you are going to get a raise. We have the sun in Aries. This is time for action. If you don't like where you're working or where your career is going, it's time to make changes. This is the beginning of the zodiac Aries. Plant the seeds. So in 6 months' time, you will see the fruition coming true. The moon is in Gemini. Congratulations, Gemini. So your intellectual is thinking. You're making a list, what you want to do, what career aspect you want to get involved in, or where you want to extend it. Do you want to go back to school to get a new certification? It's something to do with communication. Don't let emotions override your thinking. Mercury and Venus is retrograding in Pisces. When a planet's retrograding Gemini, it's moving backwards. It's reviewing what decisions you made that you're not satisfied with your career and employment, and you're going to make changes. So there's something to do with communication and career for you, directly or indirectly. Venus, something to do with finances, real estate. Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer represents roots, family, foundation, home security, and women issues, or something that has to do with women in a career aspect. Helping women get loans, helping women to get finances, so helping women to get proposals done, etc. Jupiter and Gemini, abundance, new opportunities, advancements, expansion, growth, blessings, wealth, karma, and the truth. Saturn and Pisces, let's think outside the box, open-minded. The way we were thinking about career and employment, it's not working. We have to change our thought process. Neptune and Aries, the deception, the lies, illusion, fantasy, hid in the clouds, rose-colored glasses, brain fog. It's over. You got to take action. You got to do the work if you want to move forward. All right? The North Node in Pisces, these are the lessons, Gemini, that you need to learn in this lifetime about career and employment. Lilith in Scorpio, death and resurrection. So whatever you're going to do in a new career approach and employment is ending the old and bringing something new, rising from the ashes. Chiron in Aries. Stop being the wounded warrior, the victim. Get out of that scarcity mindset of thought. Get into a survival and abundant mindset of thought that you can do anything you want to do, but you got to do the work. Libra, your solar sun is in the 7th house, which is your house, Libra. So Libra, the 7th house, representing balancing all partnerships and relationships, creativity, divine direction, open enemies, spiritual blessings, using diplomacy, be a diplomat, decisions indecision. When you don't make a decision, you're making a decision not to make a decision. Others and legal situation. So the seventh house ruling planet is Venus. Venus is retrograding in Pisces. So there's been some illusion, some fantasies, some fear. Rose-colored glasses, head in the clouds. Brain fog about your career and what you need to do to change it. So there were some decisions made when Venus was going direct in Pisces. It was in Aries, now it's back in Pisces. And you're correcting those mistakes. We have the sun in Aries. Action. Got to do the work and do action if you want to change your career to something better. I feel some of you are changing your career to something better. Some of you are going to move and get a new job. Some of you are going to get a raise. And some of you are going back to school between the spring and the fall. All right, the moon in Gemini. Using your head and intellectualizing what you need to do to move forward in your career. All right, we have Mars and Cancer. Home, family, security, women, roots and foundation. So some of you might be going to think about getting into real estate, construction. Jupiter in Gemini, expansion, growth, abundance, new opportunity, blessing, wealth, karma, and the truth. Saturn in Pisces, that old thought process about career and employment is out the door. You've got to have open-minded and think outside the box. Uranus and Taurus, using your voice. So some of you might be using your voice to get into another career aspect where you're going to be using your voice. Public speaking, motivational speaker, something in that form. Neptune Aries, time for action, baby. Action, baby. Pluto in Aquarius. Libra, change, transformation. Issues that have to do with groups, organization that's connected with humanitarian and new technology. Okay? Lilith in Scorpio. If you don't like where you're at in your career employment, end it now. Chiron in Aries. Stop being the victim, be a survivor. Get out of that scarcity mindset, get into abundant mindset. The next and final sign is Aquarius. Aquarius, your solar sign is in the third house, which is Gemini. Gemini deals with all forms of communication, transportation, short-distance traveling, sibling, mechanical things, speaking, writing, publishing, investigation, research, arts, advertisement, etc. Now, Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini, and it's retrograding in the Pisces. So there's been some illusion, fantasy, rose-colored glasses, head in the clouds, fear and brain fog. When a planet's retrograde, it's moving backwards. So we're reviewing it, Aquarius, to see what decisions we made about our career and employment when it was going direct, and we're going to correct it. We also have Venus in Pisces, something to do with your work. If you're going to change job, you're going to get a raise, so you're going back to school. We have the sun in Aries, it's time for action. Moon in Gemini, use your intelligence. Mars in Cancer, roots, foundation, home, security, real estate, anything to do with the security industry. Okay? Saturn and Pisces, it's all thought pattern about work and career. Get it out. This is a new way, open-minded, and thinking outside the box. Uranus and Taurus, using your voice, singing, speaking, a motivation speaker. Something that has to do with giving information out in that direction. All right, Neptune and Pisces, action, action, Aquarius. No more talking. Neptune and Aries, okay? The North Node in Pisces, these are the lessons that you need to learn in this lifetime, Aquarius, about employment and career. Lilith in Scorpio, death and resurrection. Change it. Chiron in Aries, get out of that wounded warrior. Get out of that scarcity mindset. Get into survival and abundant mind.